We named many of the rocks, and we were all thrilled when a stormy winter would bring in some sand. There was a special flat rock there at Folly Cove up by the road where the area artists would often gather to swim and have conversation. It was their territory. Ino Clark, Ginny Demetris, Leon Kroll, who was an artist who summered on Woodbury Street. Let's see, where was I here? Oh, and sometimes my Aunt Hilda, and I didn't know all of them, but it was very interesting to see that they were gathered there and enjoyed themselves at the beach. So we were a close and large family. We had Sunday and holiday dinners at my grandma and grandpa Johnson's house. TV hadn't been out that long when my grandmother actually bought one of the first television sets. We were in awe. After dinner on Sundays, we crowded onto the floor to watch Super Circus with Mary Hartline and Zoo Parade with Marlin Perkins. One of the activities I did countless times over those early years was walk to Ranta's store. My mainstay was a twin orange popsicle with the little red round circles on the wrapper. Usually it was Edwin at the counter. And when my little cousin Diane Johnson, now Rose, was old enough, I pushed her there in her stroller and then back up steep Woodbury Street. And the quarries, yes, we called them pits. The one at the end of our field on Woodbury Street was Little Fitzy's, as opposed to Big Fitzgibbons, which was a larger pit closer by. As my girl cousins and I became teenagers, every summer we spent swimming there. It was secluded by the woods, and yes, of course, we skinny dipped. That quarry now belongs to my cousin, Ross Burton. So my brother Joe married Georgina Marchant from Bayview, and they raised their family in Bayview. He owned a plumbing and heating business. Albie married Mary Lou Stewart and raised their family in West Gloucester. He was the electrical engineer for the city of Gloucester. Both Joe and Albie built their own houses with help from my Uncle George, who had built his own house on Woodbury Street. And I have many nieces and nephews, and the family continues to grow. I made some very good friends that lived in the more central Plainsville until she moved away. Paula Wilson, does anybody remember her?
Oh, yeah.
We would meet at Buttman's Pit where we traded big stacks of comics and movie star magazines. Other good friends sitting right here, Carol Dow Russell, Andrea Roach, who unfortunately is no longer, Nancy Urkula, Joy Johnson, Marilyn Chick, and Carol Stefania. There were many fun sleepovers. Sometimes they ventured all the way to Woodbury Street, too. And, of course, I was confirmed at the Lanesville Congregational Church. In the mid-50s, to wrap things up, one activity that Carol Dow Russell and I did sometimes was to walk to the rendezvous, past the town line of Rockport, and past Folly Cove Beach, where the fishing boats used to gather at the Granite Wharf. There was a summer restaurant there with a takeout window, and we would buy a little envelope of delicious